Wham, tastic for
99.9 W.H.A.M. Wham Radio, Season 4, Episode 4. The sky poured rain as the city wept for its fallen hero. We see a masked raccoon, a hero, lying dead in an alley. But let's rewind 10 minutes ago. The masked raccoon swung onto the balcony from the sky above. His name was Red Rocket, and he protected the city of Eagle Falls from the villains that would terrorize it. The world was filled with superpowered individuals. Some would use their powers for good, and others would use their powers for bad. But no matter what, if you had powers, you would have to register with the government so that you could be held accountable for the damage that you caused. Most of the heroes and villains agreed that this was a violation of their rights and chose to retire. For the ones that did register with the government, they would hunt down the individuals with powers and force them to register. We go to one of the heroes now, who calls himself Red Rocket. He was on patrol, talking to himself, returning home when he said,
I think that's enough for tonight. Out of all the nights I've been going out to protect the innocent, I don't think I've ever encountered one where I didn't have to beat up a bad guy. There's something really weird in the air tonight. Maybe I should hit up little Fawn for old time's sake. See how she's doing. It's been like 20 years since I've seen her or anyone from our old team. I wonder how they're all doing.
He walked through the doors on the balcony into his apartment and ripped off his mask. It's revealed to be Rocky Raccoon. He went over to a nearby end table and stared hopelessly at a photo while pouring a drink of scotch.
Those were the good old days. The Leaper, Secret Squirrel, the Popper, Little Fawn, Pixie Fairy. We were unstoppable.
We learned through the picture Rocky's looking at that Little Fawn is Fawna, the Leaper is Lemur, Secret Squirrel is Sadie, the Popper is Tommy Turtle, and Pixie is Pixie Fairy. As soon as Rocky finished his sentence, he heard the front door open and then close, and at the same time, he heard the window in his room shatter. He rushed over to a nearby wall and took cover and peered around the corner, looking at the front door. But as he looked, there would be no one there. He turned around and went into the kitchen, as it was the only spot someone could duck into and hide from the main door. As he entered the kitchen and looked around, he would see that it was empty. He went over to the fridge and grabbed a drink. When he closed the door and looked up, that is when he saw the intruder dangling from the ceiling fan above.
Oh my Bugs Bunny! It's Spider Guy! Please don't kill me. The Leaper's the one that hated you. I always thought you were cool.
No, wait, hold up, wait. Don't shoot. I just want to talk.
Babe, what are you doing here? It's been like 20 years. Listen, I'm sorry for...
Shh. It's water under the bridge or over the dam or whatever you like it.
The mysterious figure who came crashing through the window was dressed all in black, head to toe, and moved like a deadly ballerina. They wore a face mask, but when they got close enough to Rocky and Fawna, they would remove it. And when they did, we would learn that it was really Fawna's sister, Sadie. She grabbed something in her pocket and threw it all around. It was pennies.
I knew you had come to save your precious Red Rocket. But how? You're supposed to be dead. The Leaper brought me back. He actually cares for me. I don't have time to toy with you right now. I need the blood of a hero to make our plan work. The blood of a hero? Our plan? What are you up to, Secret Squirrel? Who are you working with? Stop this now. You used to be a hero. You mean I used to be a zero? All will be revealed in good time, my sweet sister.
Sadie disappeared in front of Rocky and Fawna and then reappeared behind Rocky in a puff of smoke. Fawna quickly pushed a button on her wristwatch and it would alert all the heroes to gather at her location. Before Fawna could do anything else, Sadie picked up a penny and handed it to Rocky. She said,
Penny for your thoughts?
As Sadie handed Rocky a penny, he would grab it, and she would quickly stab a syringe into his neck, taking his blood. Fawna would scream,
No! Sadie, stop this! I know you think what you're doing is right, but it's not. Let me help you.
Oh, wow! Look at this shiny new penny! Hey, wait a second. Who are you gals? What are you doing in my house? Is this my house? Are we having a sexy pajama party?
You fucking bitch! You used my power to give me a penny and take a memory and erase his mind. I'm gonna end you, even if it kills me. You will try.
As Fawna was screaming angrily, this would begin to float things from around the room and up into the air, and they would start to fly at Sadie and Rocky. Sadie quickly grabbed Rocky for cover and used him as a shield. They would both be struck by the random floating things.
Really? Come on, I'm dying here.
But Sadie would fall down. When she did this, she would throw Rocky. Rocky would have been knocked out cold from one of the flying objects hitting him in the head. And as he was thrown by Sadie, he would smash through the window and fall hundreds of feet before he hit the ground. Fawna was stunned. She hadn't processed what had happened. Had she just killed them both? She went running over to the window to which Rocky's body had flown out of, and she looked down towards the ground. We see Rocky's body lying in an alley in a pool of his own blood, still wearing his hero's costume. Fawna quickly turned around to capture Sadie, but it would be too late, as she had already slipped away. The other heroes that Fawna had contacted on her watch for help would finally show up.
I can't. Words.
Hey, I brought Pixie Fairy with me, and we flew over here to your signal as soon as we received it.
Thanks, Super Rabbit. You're here, Popper.
You know it's been over 20 years since we used our watches.
And we vowed to only use them for extreme emergencies only. Lil Fawn, is everything alright? We got here ASAP.
Holy crap! Is that Red Rocket's dead body? What's going on? Little Fawn, who killed him? Please tell us it wasn't you.
You're not gonna believe me, but it was Secret Squirrel. She used Red Rocket's body as a shield when I used my telekinetic abilities on her.
But wait a minute, didn't Secret Squirrel die years ago? But wait a minute, when did you have telekinetic abilities? And since when does Secret Squirrel know how to borrow abilities from those around her? I stole her power by accident when I touched her for so long. Did she wake up from that coma?
I don't know, we'll have to check in with the hospital. I mastered my ability to control my penny for a thought and manifested it into a telekinetic ability.
Whoa, that makes you like the Omega level of animals with abilities now. Shatter. But wait, why would she want Red Rocket dead? I'm gonna look for clues.
It's not that she wanted him dead per se, it just happened. It's just something she said about the blood of a hero, and that she wanted it for something.
I examined the room with my X-ray vision when I first got here, and I don't see anything suspicious.
You know, I'm better than this. I should have formed a protective bubble around Red Rocket when I slammed everything toward him. It was just seeing Sadie caught me off guard.
Hey you guys, over here. I think I found a clue on Rocky's body. Look down at it.
Oh yeah? What is it?
He's a dead Ricky now. What? Too soon? Sorry. Didn't you say Sadie wanted to do something with hero's blood? Look at this.
Pixie glared over at Tommy, giving him a look that could kill.
You're going to have to explain it to me, Popper. I don't know what I'm looking at. We all don't have a giant brain like you do.
Sorry, I forgot I'm the one and only. So I'm not quite sure without running some tests, but it looks like there's something wrong with the coagulation of Red Rocket's blood. I'm gonna go bring it back to my lab and research it. I'll let you know what I find when I find it.
We should all keep on guard. It seems like someone is picking off the old team.
What do you mean? I thought Sadie was the only one to die.
You haven't heard? Lemur is presumed dead. The government got him and made him register. They knew he couldn't pay off the damage that he's caused over the years, so they sent him on a mission to recover the evil woodchuck. But I hear things went south, and they both ended up killing each other, and the place they were in exploded. They never found the bodies in the rubble. That was a little over 6 months ago.
What? I had no clue. Have they got anybody else?
Nope, just Leaper, Secret Squirrel, Woodchuck, and now Red Rocket. Just be on guard until we can figure this out.
Sirens could be heard in the distance, closing in on the location of Red Rocket's body, alerting our heroes it was time to go.
I'll be in touch when I figure out what this is. The cops are 3 blocks away and moving in fast. It's time to move out.
Okay, Popper, just give us 1 more minute. We gotta get out of here now. Little Fawn, before the government tries to ID us and make us pay for the damage, what a stupid world we live in. Damn Superhero Registration Act.
You don't even want to register because they just use us as a weapon and then expose of us when they're done. That's what I think happened to the Leaper.
You guys, I can't leave. Not just yet. I can't do it. I can't leave his dead body behind.
Pixie Fairy would close her eyes and inhale a long breath. She would be taking away all of Fawna's sadness. Part of Pixie Fairy's power was that she had the ability to control others' emotions. Pixie Fairy could also shoot ultraviolet rays from her hands, making her a Omega-level mutant as well as Little Fawn. She had sensed how destroyed Little Fawn had felt and knew that she needed help to move on. Pixie Fairy said,
Lil Fawn, wake up. Don't you get it? If you get found here with all of the damage and cameras, they're going to pin it all on you, make you register, and you could end up like Lemur. Come with me, we gotta go.
Little Fawn walked over to the window and jumped down a heroic jump to Rocky's body and would hover over him and give him a kiss. Pixie followed Little Fawn to the ground, and the popper would shoot a gadget into the air and dispersed into the raining sky. Little Fawn talked to Red Rocket's dead body and said,
I'm gonna make a secret squirrel pay for killing you, bird dog. I might even do it nice and slow to make her suffer. I should have said it to you sooner, but not a day goes by that I don't think about you. I'm so sorry things didn't work out. It was my fault. I see that now. I always loved you, Red Rocket.
Pixie walked off into the street, blasting some cameras with some ultra-violent flames. She walked by, firing a few shots at the cameras nearby, and would quickly dispose of them. When she was done, she disappeared into a nearby crowd. She would grab her watch and push a button on it, and her hero suit would contract back into it. Nobody around would notice anything as she did it. Fawna, who was next to Red Rocket's dead body, would lay a penny next to it, and then levitate herself into the air. As she got high enough, she slowly flew away from the scene, but never took her eyes off of Red Rocket's body. The cops would show up, tape, and mark everything, and gather all the evidence. But none of them would look up and see Fawna, who was watching from above within the clouds of the sky. Minutes would pass before the rain would go from drizzle to pouring, and we see that Fawna is inside of the clouds, crying. She wondered if Pixie may have changed her ability, and now her mood was controlling the weather temporarily. Across town, inside a giant tree of Lincoln Park, was the Leaper and his evil minion, Woodchuck. He said,
Let's hope my love gets back soon.
So tell me exactly, what is your evil plan again?
I've told you 1,000 times, and you've been a part of it every time.
I was? How? Is my power that I can multiply myself?
No, you idiot. I brought you back to life 3 times, to be exact. And each time, you get a new power. Or, I think you have 3 powers, but you can only control it 1 at a time.
Wait a minute, I have 3 powers? I don't remember any of that. And wait a minute, I was sliced in half? And what was the other one?
Woodchuck would go to put his hands on his heads and start shooting breadcrumbs out from him. He shouted excitedly,
I love breadcrumbs, they're my favorite! And I can shoot them out of my hands, and I'm gonna eat them, nom 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 nom.
Fucking idiot. It doesn't even matter. What matters is that I can successfully bring the dead back to life.
I thought you said dad. Bring the dad back to life. Are you my daddy?
A nearby door would open and close, and a woman's voice could be heard.
Hey, Sugar, your queen has arrived. I got back as fast as I could. You know how it is nowadays. I had to pose as a police officer. And then I had a little fun while I collected the blood of a hero. Why all of a sudden did you want Red Rocket's body?
You see, my pet, I'm gonna give the world a dose of reality. They see their precious hero as a god, where I see him as a flawed, careless baby raccoon who has the power of all the gods and still finds a way to lose every time.
Oh, goody. I like fun. What can I do to help, Puddin'?
You can start by shutting the hell up, for starters.
Fine. I can see when I'm not wanted here. I'm going out to steal something.
Drive fast and don't be safe.
I hope you choke on a dick and die.
Praise Satan. I love that woman, Woodchuck. She's just the worst.
Is there anything I could do to help? I could be the worst too, and I bet you'll love it.
As a matter of fact, Woodchuck, yes, you can. I need to know that the vision I see inside of my mind's eye is correct, and make sure you're on board.
Hey boss, guess what? It doesn't matter to me. I just want to have fun and have a good time and destroy some shit and really wreak havoc on this town. Let me loose and I'll destroy all those heroes.
In good time, my fabulously fiendishly friend. I've had Translucent Amanda kill Red Rocket, so I imagine by now the Zero Heroes all know about it, and they will be out for blood. Are you ready to give your life over and over again?
Whoa, wait, what is this, that freaking Tom Cruise movie where everybody dies all the time, Edge of Tomorrow? I'm not in for that. I'm in for having fun, and losing my life is where I draw the line. I hate dying. It sucks. I don't want to do it anymore. Can you just create a new henchman to do that shit for you?
What do you think I'm trying to do with Red Rocket's body?
The Leaper would go and walk forward and go to poke Woodchuck in the eyes, but he would put up his hand and stooge block him.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Blocked ya.
The Leaper quickly slapped him across the face and said,
Damn it, Woodchuck, we don't have time for your shenanigans. You've died multiple times already, and I've always brought you back, haven't I? You have nothing to fear. What makes me killing you over and over again different from you getting killed by the heroes over and over again, and me bringing you back to life?
Have you ever actually died? It really sucks. It's not fun.
Yeah, one time. It's never gonna happen ever again.
You know it sucks. There's lots of things that I should know, but I don't know. Like my parents' birthday. I don't know when that is. What about my favorite color? I don't know. How about if I like potatoes? I don't even know my own.
A shot would be fired and Woodchuck would fall down to the ground with a bullet in between his eyes. The leaper shot him and said,
This version of my injected blood has made the subject more whiny than normal. I should cut back on the tonamine and increase the adrenaline. Hopefully, this will be the last tweak, and I can build my ultimate team of villains.
Some time would pass and we go back to the Popper's headquarters, a turtle shell. It was located on the other side of the park where the Leaper's hideout was, but nobody knew it. The turtle shell was where he analyzed the data he had collected from the scene. Tommy had one of the greatest superpowers of them all, the ability to understand how things worked. Pixie and Fauna would walk into the turtle shell and greet him.
Hey ladies, thanks for coming. I called you here because I think I might have figured out everything.
Spill the beans. What is it? I want to know why Rocky had to die. I checked in with the hospital, and Secret Squirrel is still locked away and sedated. So I don't think it was her that killed Rocky. Maybe a shapeshifter?
Did we fight one way back in the day? What the hell was her name? Locked? No. Glow in the dark? No. That's not it. Chase Amanda?
It was translucent Amanda, and you're right. She could shapeshift. I'm gonna rip her head off like I would a Barbie doll when I get my paws on her.
Fauna, calm those tits and relax. Tommy's power is the ability to understand how everything works. If anybody can figure this out, he can.
The thirst for knowledge has always been a two-sided coin. There's the good side, you know, me, and the evil side.
I'll see you soon.
I only let that side loose when I absolutely have to. Remember what an asshole I was to battle in the early days? When I was a villain?
Hell yeah! I'm glad you found your way from the dark to the light, and you can control it now. Okay, so what can you tell me about Rocky's killer? It really can't be Sadie, can it be?
From all the evidence I could gather, which wasn't much, but yes, it was. All the blood samples match her DNA, but it's weird. I run it against translucent Amanda's files, it matches as well. That shouldn't be possible. Also, in the samples of blood left behind by Rocky hold a trace of a weird virus that manipulates the blood, but I'm not sure how it does that yet, or why.
Okay, so why would they want to kill Red Rocket? He was loved by all and was like the perfect good guy. It just doesn't add up. He's the only one the government didn't force to register. Do you think they finally took him out?
I heard a rumor that he retired again, but maybe that wasn't true. And if it was, it must have been something crazy to bring him out of retirement. I admit I've lost contact with him over the years, once our team disbanded.
Tommy, do you know anything?
I have no clue. Why? Pixie, what aren't you saying?
I was hoping he told everyone what he was thinking. But I saw him about a week ago. I was walking on the street when I bumped into him. He said he thought he even found a lead that the Leaper wasn't dead, and he was going to check it out. I tried to talk him out of it. Even I haven't worn this costume in 20 years. I retired when the team disbanded like everyone else.
Me too, but we always made a promise that if one of us activated the beacon, we would be there for one another. So even though it's been 20 years for me too, I'm ready to kick ass, take names, and turtle pop, 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 pop some bad guys one more time. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it to avenge Red Rocket.
What? Why didn't you reach out to me?
I don't know. I've had a lot on my mind lately, I guess. But I found this when I went back and snooped around.
Pixie pulled out a tape recorder and played it.
Journal log 6721. You know, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I retired so I could live my final days in peace. But I can't walk out anywhere anymore without people knowing who I am. They want to tell me how great I am and how they love and worship me. But heroes don't let the innocent die. The cancer I have is killing me, which is why I'm going back to fighting crime. I love this city, and she needs my protection. And, well, I'd like to think that if I do die, at least I'll die a hero. Journal log 6722. You know, the hardest part of this job isn't finding or beating the villains. It's dealing with the people you couldn't save. The Leaper has been dead for a few months, but I believe that he is still alive. There's a rumor of a crazy scientist that's supposed to live in a tree in a park here in Eagle Falls. The word is that the evil scientist is looking to create a perfect team of villains. This could only be one animal that I know of, and definitely fits the description of my lost friend. I must reach out to the others. Journal log 6723. I found the scumhole tree, but there doesn't seem to be any activity. Oh, whoa, that rhymed. Focus, Rocky. Just papers of a medical shot that's supposed to do something when activated with the blood. I also saw Pixie earlier on the street today. I tried my best to explain to her what was going on, but I must not have done my best, because she just turned me down. She looked good, though. Retirement totally suited her. Journal log 6724. I've been watching that damn tree in Lincoln Park every dang night for the past week, and I haven't seen a soul yet. Maybe this place is a dead end. I don't know. I think part of me misses the glory days before the registration, when Pixie Fairy, Little Fawn, Leaper, myself, and Secret Squirrel all worked together to stop Translucent Amanda, the Popper, Woodchuck, Morty the Mortician, and the Narrator from terrorizing our city. We had some pretty good battles. It seems like fighting crime was easier then. Journal log 6722. Went out again, but found nothing. Not even an animal that I might even be able to squeal some information from. I think that's enough for tonight. Out of all the nights I've been going out to protect the innocent, I don't think I've ever encountered one where I didn't have to beat up a bad guy. There's something really eerie about tonight. Journal log 6725 part 2. So I've discovered that the Leaper is still alive, but all the good inside of him seems to have been destroyed. I also saw Translucent Amanda leave the tree in Lincoln Park, but she used her powers to shapeshift before I could track her. Perhaps I'll reach out to Little Fawn in the morning. I'm gonna need some help. I fear the blood of the hero that the Leaper is looking to collect is mine.
That's it. That's all it recorded.
From all the information I gathered, and from the crime scene and that tape, I think, I can pinpoint where the bad guys are. Somewhere here in Lincoln Park.
Oh yeah? Where?
In the great oak tree.
Then suit up, everyone. It's time to kick some animal booty.
There's a quick moment where all three of them, the Popper, Pixie Fairy, and Little Fawn, do a super sweet action pose and freeze time as they jumped into the air. They return back to reality, landing on the ground with Pixie saying,
Hey, Fawna, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure. What's going on?
You seemed a little agitated. I can pick up on your emotions, remember?
Yeah, sorry. I went to identify Rocky's body at the morgue, and he had already been identified and taken care of. I have no clue what happened to him.
It's okay, Secret Squirrel. We'll find him.
You know, something doesn't add up. Secret Squirrel has died, Red Rocket, and Lemur too. Maybe someone's taken out heroes.
That's it. That's how they got Rocky. One of us should pose as bait. When they show up, we'll be ready for them.
No, we should attack with the element of surprise.
Good call, Bird Dog.
Back inside the great oak tree inside the park of the villainous hideout of the Leaper, we see him bring back Woodchuck to life and examine him over.
So, Woodchuck, how do you feel?
I feel like I could chuck wood all day long.
Good, good, excellent. And who would you like to chuck wood at?
Fawna, Tommy, and Poopsie. Yeah, Poopsie.
First off, it's Pixie, you idiot, and those are their real names. You gotta use their hero names. It's the Popper, Pixie Fairy, and Little Fawn.
Hey, Sweetums, how's your plan coming along?
I think I've had a leap in my progress.
I love it.
He understands and obeys, but he's just kinda stupid. I think I gave him too much, what do they call it when they go up inside your...
Enema.
No, wrong hole. He's been lobotomized too many times. That's it. Hey, Woodchuck, how do you feel about giving your life for evil now?
I would gladly die for you, my king. Hey, where's your crown, king? Nothing.
So this one also likes to quote Metallica songs? Here, Woodchuck, take this and put it on.
He handed him a vest of dynamite to wear.
Put it on. Good boy. Now, when our friends come by to pay us a visit, I want you to greet them with a big hug.
Yes, go after Fawna. She's the one you want. She likes the really big and tight hugs.
Out from the shadows, Little Fawn, the Popper, and Pixie Fairy would emerge.
Huh? What? The Zero Heroes are here. Babe, get this vial to my newest project, and I'll cover you and give you time.
Translucent Amanda quickly took the vial from the Leaper and ran off to finish his evil plan.
Woodchuck, what are you waiting for? Attack!
As the good guys attacked the Leaper, he would hide behind Woodchuck and throwing a punch only when he absolutely needed to. Translucent Amanda would return and nod her head to the Leaper that everything was in motion. She would run over and tackle Little Fawn and get on top of her. She would turn into Sadie and say,
Hello, sister. It's time to die.
Not today.
Before Sadie could do anything, Fauna had already read her mind and knew what she was going to do. It wouldn't matter if Sadie decided to change her mind last minute because Fauna saw all the possible outcomes. She was able to read Tommy's mind and temporarily use his power. Little Fawn would be hit in the diaphragm and have her breath taken away, but she would get up and grab Translucent Amanda's arms and knock her on the floor. She would shapeshift in between Sadie and Translucent Amanda a few times before Little Fawn would get up on top of her, pinning her to the ground and start strangling her. Within a matter of seconds, Little Fawn would snap Translucent Amanda's neck. She would get up and dust herself off and say,
That's for killing Red Rocket. You smelly looking duck ass. I always wanted to snap that bitch like a twig.
Translucent Amanda! No! I can see I made a mistake when taking out Red Rocket first. I should have started with you.
Fauna looked over at Pixie and Tommy, who started fighting Lemur and Woodchuck.
That's it! You wanted the worst? I'm gonna give you my best.
The Leaper would disappear, and so would Fauna. They would take their fight to the astral plane. Meanwhile, back in reality, Tommy and Pixie were confused and looked all around waiting for them to return. But Woodchuck wouldn't. He would take this moment to teleport away from Pixie and Tommy. But when he returned, he would be behind them. Woodchuck tapped them both on the shoulders, and as they turned around, he would freeze them in time. Tommy floated in the air and was reaching forward to choke him. While this was all going down, Chuck would begin to move at normal speed, unaffected by the time change. Woodchuck would draw his knife and quickly stab Pixie in the stomach and then pull up. He went over and levitated towards Tommy and would stab him 3 times. But something would happen inside of Tommy, and Woodchuck would lose his grasp on him, and Tommy would fall to the ground.
I didn't want to unleash the monster inside, but you have given me no choice.
Chuck Wood teleported all around the room, stabbing Tommy in multiple spots before kicking him to the ground. Tommy went to get up from the floor and found a stick nearby. He would grab it and it would help him get up. Tommy stood watching Woodchuck, breathing heavily, giving him an evil glare. He would begin to teleport all around the room again, but Tommy would begin to spin his stick around in a circle, and Woodchuck would not be able to land a shot. It didn't matter if he slowed down time or it even stopped it. The stick was moving at such an incredible speed that Woodchuck couldn't find a place to hit Tommy. As Chuck Wood floated in the air with time suspended and examined the stick and his best course to attack Tommy, he would look over and Tommy would pop in and out of his shell a few times. After Tommy landed the first turtle pop, time would unfreeze and he would get on top of Chuck Wood and hit him a few more times.
Turtle pop, 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 pop.
As Chuck Wood was on the ground, the popper would get on top of him and turtle pop him to death.
Turtle pop, 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 pop. I always hated your scrunchy ass, even back in the early days when you just controlled breadcrumbs. What a lame power.
As we go to the astral plane, we see the Leaper is taking on Little Fawn in a fight. In the astral plane, your mind is your greatest weapon. Whatever you can think of can be created.
I always knew it would come down to just you and me.
He formed fireballs from out of his hands and would throw them at Fauna. But she would put out her hands and shoot out frozen balls at the fireballs, and they would meet and cancel each other out.
You're too late. You know Translucent Amanda has already carried out my plan. Just as you arrived, Red Rocket will become a villain like me, and the world will stop loving him and start fearing him. They will finally see him for the evil raccoon that he really is. He should be lying waste to Eagle Falls right about now. You can either stop him or me. It's your choice, Little Fawn.
Little Fawn would turn into a unicorn and charge at him, but the Leaper would turn into a centaur and break off her unicorn horn and stab her with it. Next, she would turn into an elephant and try to knock him over and stomp on him. But the Leaper would turn into a snake and wrap himself around her. Little Fawn then created herself as a soldier firing a flamethrower at the snake, but the Leaper would turn into a fireman with a hose and put out the fire. He would finally turn into a dragon, and Little Fawn would follow. They would fly in the air, dancing around one another, trying to bite each other's underbelly, when the leaper said,
Animals will see their greatest hero as nothing other than an ordinary, plain raccoon, and they will lose hope. And then I will step in, and the town will be mine.
That's where you're wrong. Hope is what makes heroes like me prevail. You used to have hope back in the day. What happened to you, Lemur?
I got sent on a mission, but it turned out to be a setup. I was only supposed to wipe out Morty the Mortician, but he was waiting for me and turned me into this.
Fawna and Lemur would resume attacking one another. Fawna would quickly summon a flame sword and start to attack the leaper. She would swing the sword 3 times before she actually landed a shot and hurt him.
Oh! Ha ha ha! Good form. But you see, I'm not the puppet master here. I'm just a puppet whose strings have been pulled. You'll see, I'll see you again real soon, Fawna. Ha 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 ha!
We see the leaper's body fall to the floor and turn into little speckles of dust and scatter all around the astral plane. Fawna takes herself out of astral form and returns back to reality. As she reappears, she sees Tommy holding Pixie's body, crying. Over across on all the TV monitors inside the evil lair, we see Rocky, who is downtown in Eagle Falls, laying waste to the entire village.
Popper! Grab her body and let's get to the turtle copter. We don't have much time.
Little Fawn and the Popper ran to the turtle copter and hopped inside. Tommy placed Pixie Fairy's dead body in the back seat and flew the chopper in the direction of downtown to try to stop Red Rocket. As they arrived on the scene, Fawna would scream,
Red Rocket, no! What are you doing?
Hi, everyone. What's going on?
Dude, what are you doing?
What do you mean, dude? What did I do?
Why are you laying waste to our entire town?
But did I lay waste to the entire town?
Why are you both talking in questions?
Tommy, that's it. Hey, Red Rocket, how many stars are up in the sky?
1,000? 4.5 billion? No.
The question that Fawna asked would be impossible to answer, and he would fall to the ground, spontaneously glitching.
Well, little Fawn, how did you know to ask him a question so epic that he wouldn't be able to handle it?
To be honest, it was always Rocky's dream to die that way. It makes sense. The Leaper would reprogram him back to life that way.
What? We're just gonna have to fight better if we're gonna beat him next time.
Yeah, I agree. He was stronger than I remember. Hey, wait, Tommy. This doesn't feel right. Guys, look out.
Oh, my super rabbit. Little Fawn, I figured out his evil plan is to wipe us all out as good guys and bring us all back to life as villains.
Tommy, where is Pixie's dead body? It's missing from the turtle copter.
An explosion would go off in the distance, and as the blast moved towards Little Fawn and Popper and got to them, it would vaporize them into nothing. Fawna would wake up and return to reality and learned that what she experienced was a precognition dream she had from smoking a bowl of Rocky's weed.
Oh, my Bugs Bunny. What the?
Good morning, beautiful. You look so cute with your crazy bedhead hair. Oh la la. Shoo-wing.
Huh, what? Rock? I just had the craziest dream last night.
Oh yeah? How big was I this time?
Still, not big enough.
Aw, damn. But I've been doing my peekles. You know, that makes it bigger.
Oh, I know it totally shows, but seriously, Bird Dog, in my dream, we all had superpowers. And Lemur was a villain. It was crazy.
Okay, today I think we learned that we shouldn't watch superhero TV shows before we go to bed.
We all had different powers.
Really? What was mine?
Well, Lemur showed you your greatest fears. Pixie controlled emotions. Tommy was super smart. I was a psychic. And Chuck Wood could shoot breadcrumbs out of his fingertips and control time.
Breadcrumbs. That's like the worst superpower ever. Like making your nails grow longer. So, tell me, what was my power, babe? I'm dying to know.
Fawna reached over to the side of her bed and grabbed a sip of water and a bite of food that Rocky had brought in when he woke her up.
You had the power to, be really annoying. Yep.
Whoa, my mind is blown. I already have that superpower. Shippy! Hey, Fawn, what are you doing?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, what kind of crazy voodoo is this? How is your drink just floating in the air in front of you?
Oh, my Bugs Bunny. I do have superpowers.
Hey, Fauna, since we're in bed,
What the hell was that sound?
look underneath the sheets and find out.
Holy... That's a huge red rocket!
And that's how I got my superhero name. Chicka-cha-cha.